that you are. You are deepest joy, God. Deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way. Show the way, God. Show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God. Lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. Back to you, our sacred love. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Well, welcome everyone. You are sacred love, and you are sacred joy. Wonderful to see your faces here today. We have a very unique service today. It's going to be led by both our prayer ministry and our music ministry. And it's called a spirit soak, which just happens to correspond with another soaking of the rain. But our intention for you today is that you soak in that spirit of divine presence, that you soak in the feeling of love, of life, of wisdom, of God itself. Our theme this morning is oneness, and that invitation is that you open yourself up to remembering your oneness with this loving presence. That you open yourself up to remembering your oneness with life and all living beings. Remembering your own divine nature is the invitation for today. Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, said it best in that unity is about knowing our oneness with God and therefore our oneness with one another. That reminder again that each of us is connected to this spirit, to this energy that flows through and underlies all of existence. In one of his correspondence school lessons, Charles Fillmore wrote this. He wrote, "Unity is oneness, universality, completeness. It is union of God consciousness, universal Christ consciousness, and individual Christ consciousness brought into one complete, all-embracing oneness. This means oneness with God, with mankind or humankind, and with the universe. Unity of ideal, idea, and unity of purpose that acknowledges no division and gives no thought to separation. That we are all one. That we are all part of this divine energy network." So why is it important? Why is it important that we remember our oneness? Well, Reverend Linda Martella-Whitsett, the Vice President of Silent Unity, our prayer ministry, she writes in her book, Divine Audacity, this. But I want you to really listen to the words that she's written. Maybe even soften your gaze or turn within as you hear these and really hear these words as your own. She writes, "With divine audacity, I am the light of the world, shining brightly. In my presence, others remember their divine identity. In my presence, others heal the illusion of separation. In my presence, others stand tall and behave humanely. They snap back from self-pity and self-derision to claim their spiritual capacities. In my presence, others sense and act from their essential goodness. In my presence, others come home to themselves, to the self that is not their personality, but is their divine identity. So breathing into that. And here's what else she writes. She says, you don't have to be a superhero to express divine audacity. You don't have to be a superstar or a super anyone. You only have to attune to your own essential nature, which is goodness, which is Godness, and follow its lead on all things. So here is the affirmation that we can join together. And it's up here. I am the light of the world, shining brightly. In my presence, others remember their divine identity. And now let's say that with a whisper. I am the light of the world, shining brightly. In my presence, others remember their divine identity. So we hope that with today's special service, that you will attune yourself to your essential goodness, your essential Godness. There's going to be a mix of readings and music and chanting, singing along. But we've also allowed for pauses in between so that you can really sit with the words, marinate in the words, but also turn within and listen to that wise voice that's within you, your own divine self. So relax, open up to receiving, and be in that flow of spirit. And so we'll start with our first reading from Liz.
And from the Daily Word Archives, March 3rd, 1964, Express Christ. The affirmation, I am evolving spiritually. Ever more freely I express the Christ that is within me. There is within every person a divine process that is at work continually. It never ceases. This divine process is the evolution, the step-by-step unfolding of our spiritual nature, Christ in us. Daily, hourly, momently, we are growing, developing, and unfolding from within. This is the nature of the Christ. Every thought that we think, every affirmation that we speak, every prayer that comes from the heart is a step in the process of evolution. With each step, we progress towards the highest goal that we set for ourselves. This goal is the free, full expression of Christ within, the unfolding of our spiritual nature, the innate divine self of us. Let us give thanks for our awareness of the Christ in us. Let us rejoice in the spiritual progress we are making. Let us be grateful for the realization that life's experiences are part of our growth and development, for through them we learn to let Christ's spirit evolve and be expressed. And from Scripture, Isaiah 33:10, now I will lift up myself. Please join me in repeating the affirmation. I am evolving spiritually. Every more freely I express the Christ that is within me.
And we invite you to sing along. When I am loved, heaven's here. When I am loved, heaven's here. When I forgive or I'm forgiven, then I know heaven's here. When I let go, heaven's here. When I embrace, heaven's Heaven's here when I see God in every face. I am clear. Heaven's here. When I feel peace, heaven's here. When I feel joy, heaven's here. When I'm compassionate and kind and not blind, heaven's here. When I visit a new place, when I'm staring into space, walking in nature, feel the sunlight on my face, heaven's here. Heaven's here. Heaven's here. When I uplift, heaven's here. I don't resist. Heaven's here. When I lay down with a peaceful head to rest, heaven's here. When I dance, heaven's here. When I sing, heaven's here. When I answer the call of love instead of fear, heaven's here. And this is for the prayer chaplains. When I pray, heaven's here. When I listen, heaven's here. When I hug someone I love and hold them near, heaven's here. When I visit a new place, when I'm staring into space, walking in nature, feel the sunlight on my face, heaven's here. Heaven's here. Heaven's here. When I give, heaven's here. When I receive, heaven's here. When I realize the past is in the past, then I know heaven on earth is here at last. Heaven's here. Heaven's here. Heaven's here. Heaven's here. Heaven's here. Heaven's here. Heaven's here.
Our word is holy, and our affirmation, will you repeat it with me? I am on holy ground wherever I am. The world can feel like a cold and unwelcoming place sometimes. I may feel alone, the presence of God far away. At these times, I remind myself there is nowhere I can be where God is not. I shift my perspective. I do not seek the presence of God. I find the presence of God on the soft breeze that caresses my face, in the sunlight that warms my skin, in the sights and sounds that delight me, and help me feel most alive. I find the presence of God in each person I encounter, just as I find it in and as myself. Finding God everywhere and in everything makes the world feel vibrant and alive, warm and welcoming. The world has not changed, but I have. This world, its magnificent creations, and its people are wonderfully, beautifully holy. And from Exodus chapter 3, verse 5, the place on which you are standing is holy ground. And let's go back over the affirmation together. I am on holy ground wherever I am.
So we're just going to sit in this quiet space and let Rick sing a meditation song for us.
In the stillness of the silence, I am one worth perfect life. I am healed, I live in freedom. Joy now fills me, thrills me, mind and heart. Yeah. In the stillness of the silence, I am one with light and love. I am wise, my thoughts are loving. Peace now fills me, thrills me, mind and heart. In the stillness of the silence, I am one with God the good. I am trusting as I listen. Faith now fills me, thrills me, mind and heart, mind and heart. Oh, faith now fills me, yeah, it thrills me. Here we go now. Mind and heart.
This is enlightenment. The love that I am, the peace that I am, the joy that I am, the vibrations and the spirit that I am. This moment, I am enlightened. I glow with an inner light. I shine with perfect health. I express with wisdom and power. I radiate with loving kindness. With nothing to strive for, and no need to search for the light. Vibrations of peace, joy, and love remind me to let my light shine. This moment, I am an enlightened one.
These are the words of Eric Butterworth. Many a person spends most of their lives looking for God, trying to reach God, trying to find God. The problem with understanding God is that in a three-dimensional perspective, we're trying to relate to something that is fourth-dimensional in nature. You would inevitably form a relative image of an absolute principle in the process. So actually, we create our God in our image. It's important in our quest for truth and self-realization to get a larger thought of God. Emerson says, when we have broken with the God of tradition and ceased from the God of the intellect, God fires us with his presence. It is the presence of God that is the key to understanding the activity of God present as us. What is this activity? It's not a God presence somewhere. His divine mind is present everywhere. Wherever you are, God is. God is present in all his entirety at every point in space at the same time. The whole of God is present in and as you. Augustine says, God is a circle whose center is everywhere and whose circumference is nowhere. Think of God as a circle. We have launched ourselves into the consciousness of God out here, out there, somewhere. In prayer, we try to reach God. We try to get into God. But praying is not trying to get into God or trying to get God into us. The psalmist says, "Be still and know that I am God. I am God, expressing as me." A story is told of a man who searched the world over to find God. He went to all the holy places in the world, but he couldn't find God. One morning, when he was shaving, he looked, and there in the mirror was God looking at him through his own eyes. Meister Eckhart says, "The eye with which I see God is the same eye with which God sees me." If you pray to God, you're praying out there. You're praying to God as a person somewhere, hoping that he will come down here and be with you. God can't come down here and be with you because God is a presence, always present where you are and can't be absent. There's no way that God could be separated from you or absent from you. God is present in all the ways, presence in its entirety.
We're going to sing this one together. Most of you know it.
Infinite God, whom we live and move and have our being. Intimate God, you are always with us. Innermost God, we are the light of the world. We are the light of the world.
Let's do that one again.
Infinite God, whom we live and move and have our being. Intimate God, you are always with us. Innermost God, we are the light of the world. We are the light of the world.
Now I want you to do it again, and this is just on the fly because I didn't think of this until this moment. We're going to do it in the first person.
Infinite God, whom I live and move and have my being.
Intimate God.
Intimate God, you are always with me. Innermost God, I am the light of the world.
It's a very powerful one. Sing it again.
I am the light of the world.
Let's do that one again. In the I am.
Infinite God, whom I live and move and have my being.
Intimate God.
Intimate God, you are always with me.
Perfect.
Innermost God, I am the light of the world.
Claim it.
I am the light of the world.
Sing that one again, the last line.
I am the light of the world.
Hope you felt that.
This reading is from the Lent booklet of Sunday, March 19th, 2023. The process of denying the power. Whether we realize it or not, we are often stuck in old stories that have deep power over us. Many of these stories keep us in the terrible twos: too old, too unattractive, too broken, too ashamed, and too unworthy. And we don't believe that life can change. Based on these old beliefs, we interpret, respond, and make decisions in the present time. In John 5, when Jesus is at the pool of Bethesda with a paralyzed man, Jesus asks, "Do you want to be made well?" The man has a list of reasons why he has not been healed over the years. Jesus simply tells him, "Stand up, take your mat and walk." When the man is ready to deny the power of his old stories of lack and limitation, he takes the first step. Do you have faith to step into a new story of your divine identity? The Bible verse is from John chapter 5, verses 8 through 9. Jesus said to him, "Stand up, take your mat and walk." At once the man was made well, and he took up his mat and began to walk. And our affirmation is, I am ready to boldly step into my divine identity.
few weeks ago, I went to an appointment hoping to increase the benefits I was getting from physical therapy. As I was leaving, this suggestion was made that before I go to sleep each night, I lay face up on a large foam roller with my arms outstretched and say, I surrender, I release, and I let go. That caught me by surprise, but I thought, that's an interesting idea. On the way home, a quote by Victor Hugo popped into my head. He said, nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Wow, the synchronicity and significance of those divine ideas that came from that divine appointment was powerful. For me, there was no denying that the presence of God is truly everywhere and that we are all connected through our oneness to this presence. I took that suggestion to heart that very night, and the benefits have amazed me. Have you ever had a problem that persists in spite of the fact you feel like you've done everything humanly possible to resolve it? It's frustrating and can fill you with self-doubt, but don't give into it and don't give up. Try this. I surrender, I release, and I let go. Try it with me. I surrender, I release, and I let go. In Psalms we read, God is everywhere. Do I truly believe that? Do you? Is God present when my body is hurting? Is God present when my loved ones are struggling? Is God present when my mind is so overwhelmed that I don't know which way to turn? I believe the answer is yes, and the way to turn is within. When I consciously remember that all that God is within me, I can relax and allow it to express through me and as me. No temporary outer appearance has the power to change the truth of my being. So what exactly am I releasing, letting go of, or surrendering? I am releasing the illusion that I'm the one in control. I'm letting go of all limiting beliefs, trusting instead that with God all things are possible. I'm surrendering my every concern to the care and keeping of this eternal loving presence. God's infinite good is ours to express and experience right now, not because of anything we do or don't do, but because it is our divine nature. Nothing can be added to it, and nothing can be taken from it, because our true essence is the fullness of God.
We're going to sing this one together. In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. Do that again. In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. Let's feel that in our entire body. In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. I
am held. I am whole. I surrender to it all. When I trust and let go, I know that all is well.
Hold on, here we come.
All is well.
Back to the top in this and every moment.
In this and every moment,
Pour your heart in it.
I am safe and all is well.
Listen to yourself singing.
In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well.
Let's do that again.
In this and every moment,
Every single moment.
I am safe and all is well.
Remember this anytime you need it.
In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well.
Once upon a time, there was a wise man who used to go to the ocean to do his writing. He had a habit of walking on the beach before he began his work. One day, as he was walking along the shore, he looked down the beach and saw a human figure moving like a dancer. He smiled to himself at the thought of someone who would dance to the day, and so he walked faster to catch up. As he got closer, he noticed that the figure was that of a young man and that what he was doing was not dancing at all. The young man was reaching down to the shore, picking up small objects and throwing them into the ocean. He came closer still and called out, "Good morning. May I ask what it is that you are doing?" And the young man paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing the starfish into the ocean." "I must ask then, why are you throwing the starfish into the ocean?" asked the somewhat startled wise man. To this the young man replied, "The sun is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them in, they'll die." Upon hearing this, the wise man commented, "But young man, do you not realize that there are miles of beach and there are starfish all along every mile? You can't possibly make a difference." At this, the young man bent down, picked up another starfish, threw it into the ocean. As it met the water, he said, "It made a difference to that one."
It made a difference to that one. So I love this idea of oneness because we start from way out here, we're connected to all, and then we bring it back to our own selves, and that we can help one person, one starfish, and that starfish helps others, and it's a ripple effect. And that ripple then comes back around, and we're a part of all of it again. Today's service is that reminder of I am enlightened. I am holy. Wherever I am, I stand on holy ground. I can choose that and claim that at any minute. That wherever you are, God is, because it's not something or someone outside you, but it is within you. You are part of it. You are connected to it. You are part of the one, the allness of life. how powerful and magnificent you are. So just taking a breath in of today's service. And maybe taking a moment to reflect on, was there an affirmation? Was there a story? Was there something said that really resonated with your heart? And allow yourself to tuck that into your heart, to carry it with you for the week. Yeah. So I thank our prayer ministry and our music ministry for creating this powerful and unique service for us today. We can just snap our fingers as a little thank you to them. Next week, we will be back to our regular program. But if you enjoyed this type of service, this is very similar to our Good Friday service. So be sure to join us on April 7th at 5:30 p.m. We'll be having a similar service as this one, a contemplative readings and music. And if you were moved by today's service, if you've been supported by us, if you've been served by us in any way, then we would love to continue to do that for you and with you. And that is made possible by your financial gifts. So your love offering donations allow us to keep our ministry open and flowing and teaching and supporting. In the seats before you, in front of you, you have a little slip that can give you all the different ways that you can give to us. We have a text to give. We have a QR code. Once you text to give, it's real easy. You sign up once, and then you just send it off, or you can go on automatic. We have a website, and if you're here in person, in the back of the room, we have a basket by the mirror for cash and check donations as well. So we appreciate that because, again, that allows us to keep doing this kind of work and service. So join with me as you focus on your gift, whether it's a gift in your hand, a gift in your heart, as we say our blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God. And so it is. Well, we have a lot that goes on here at Unity of the Oaks. We have a lot happening this week and the next week, all month long. So be sure that we have your email, your address, your phone number for texting and calling. We can reach you in many ways. We want to make sure you're connected to us. Of course, we have a brand new website, and you can go there and find all of our activities. If you're here again in person, in the back of the room, we have a calendar and some calendars that you can take home with you. And Suwan has created a beautiful shelf of posters. So be sure you go and look at all of our posters there that tell you exactly what's happening, okay? You'll want to stay connected. And it's another way to be reminded of your truth, to have that spiritual community, to have that connection, not just here on Sundays, but throughout the week. If you are someone who has benefited from one of our different activities other than Sunday, can you just kind of do a little wave of your hand? Okay, very good. So you see a lot of people really enjoy all these other ways that we can be in spiritual community together. Of course, prayer is available. You've just been introduced to our prayer chaplains, our prayer team. They are, you can see, very centered, loving, calm presence. So as you leave our sanctuary, there's a room right to your left. Our children's room turns into our prayer room, and they will be there to pray with you. Or we have a prayer box, again, in the back near the mirror, or you can go online, and you can also submit prayer on our website, or you can email us at any time, prayer@unityoftheoaks.org. If anything has gotten stirred up within you, be sure to reach out to one of them today or throughout the week, okay? So, blessings to you all. Remember your connection to the whole world and the fact that you can, with your own bright light, connect and make a difference in your world just by being you, just by expressing you. Know in this moment that you are the light, that you are the love, that you are the power, and that you are the presence. And so, it's time to boldly step into your divine identity. Are you with me? Okay, and so it is. So let's stand, and together we'll sing our peace song and our prayer for protection. If you're here for the first time, please allow us to sing it to you. Blessings, everyone. Amen.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. And the presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.